Very good morning, all of you. Myself, Nagamalleswar Rao, Professor in CS Department, Sri Datta Institutions. Welcome to all participants, those who are participating free online short-term training program on C programming. So it was started yesterday till 30 July. So the timings are 11 to 12:30. All participants, please mute yourself. Don't share your screen. Don't disturb in the middle. So today I am going to discuss very few topics. So first topic is different types of computer languages. Second topic is structure of C program. So these two topics I am going to discuss today. So you try to understand first of all what is language. So today I will start a programming session also. So first of all you try to understand what is language. In general, what is language? What is the purpose of language? Generally, we will use language for communication. So like that, there are different types of computer languages. First one is high level language. Second one is symbolic language. Third one is mission level language. There are three types of languages. First one is high level language. Second one is symbolic language. Third one is mission level language. So first of all, you try to understand what is high level language. After that, symbolic. After that, mission level language. So first one, what is high level language? The definition of high level language is high level language is a language which is understood by the user. So in general గా మీకు చెప్పాలంటే యూజర్ కి అర్థమయ్యే అంటే మనకి అర్థమయ్యే భాషను ఏమంటారంటే హై లెవెల్ లాంగ్వేజ్. That is user understandable language. Suppose in general I will write a program. In general I will write a program. Suppose void main. You don't know what is this, just try to understand. Block started. Actually this is C program, you don't know anything, but you try to understand what I'm going to tell, how to understand user. Then suppose I will write printf welcome. This is generally this is C program. You don't know what is void, what is main, what is brackets open, close, this bracket open and printf welcome. You don't know anything. But this is user understandable language. Means it is like English statement. User can understand. User can understand. Void. It is an English statement. Main. It is an English statement. Bracket open, bracket close. There is a name. This bracket name is called left parenthesis. This bracket name is called right parenthesis. Then flower brackets open, then printf, then this is called double quotes start, double quotes end. This is called semicolon, semicolon. Then this is called compound statement. This one is compound statement open. This one is compound statement is close. So this is high level language, means user understandable language. User understandable language అంటే ఇక్కడ రాసిన ఏదైతే స్టేట్మెంట్స్ ఉన్నాయో అవన్నీ మనకు అర్థమవుతున్నాయి. అది మేబీ దానికి ఒక రూల్స్ అండ్ రెగ్యులేషన్. ఎనీ ప్రోగ్రామ్ కంటైన్స్ సమ్ రూల్స్ అండ్ రెగ్యులేషన్స్. I will tell you later what are the rules and regulation if you want to write any program. So we can understand the program, we can understand this program means user understandable language only. So high level language is a language which is understood by the user. User కి అర్థం అవుతుంది, మనకు అర్థమయ్యే భాష. Then come to second one, symbolic language or assembly level language. It is also understood by the user. It is also understood by the user. So first one is high level language, second one is symbolic language or assembly level language. Both languages are understood by the user. Okay. For example, I will take two values. Suppose ax value is 10. Suppose let us take bx value is 20. Next, third one, I will take add ax and bx. So here you assume ax and bx and add are called mnemonics. Please try to don't modify my screen, please. So here ax stores a value 10, bx stores a value 20. So I'm going to add ax and bx. So this is also understood by the user. This is also understood by the user. So symbolic language also known as user understandable language. So again, there are three types of languages. First one is high level language. Second one is symbolic language or assembly level language. Third one is mission level language. There are three types of computer languages: high level language, symbolic language, mission level language. High level language is a language which is understood by the user. Symbolic language is a language which is understood by the user. Then come to last one. Last one is mission level language. Mission level language. What is mission level language exactly? So you understand, computer understand only one language, that is mission level language. Computer ki oka bhasha matrame ardhamavutadi, adi mission level language. Computer does not understand high level language and symbolic language. These two languages computer ki ardham kavu. Computer understand only one language, that is mission level language. Puneet sir, are you getting my voice?
Yes sir.
I hear your voice, sir. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Yes sir.
So I'm telling you, there are three types of languages. Out of three, computer understand only one language, that is mission level language. Why symbolic language and high level language enduku ardham kaadu? So the internal parts, computer internal parts made up of transistors, resistors, integrated circuits, and so on. Internal parts ఏమైతే ఉన్నాయో అవన్నీ వీటితో తయారు చేస్తారండి. ట్రాన్సిస్టర్స్, ఇంటిగ్రేటెడ్ సర్క్యూట్, చిప్స్. So those having only two states, only two states. That is first one is called on, second one is called off. On and off. On is represented by 1, off is represented by 0. So computer understand only on off. On means 1, off is called 0, means computer understands only ones and zeros. Again, so here there are our topic name is computer languages. Iroju manam cheppe topic computer languages. There are three types of computer languages. First one is high level language, second one is symbolic language, third one is mission level language. high level language and symbolic language or assembly level language are called user understandable languages. Mission level language is called computer understandable language. Now, come to first point, first level language, that is called high level language. High level language. So this is high level language. This is C program, means C is a high level language. You know that based on my 5 minutes class, you can understand this is C program. C is a high level language. C is a high level language. So if you type this program, in C compiler, we can get output that is welcome. We can get the output is welcome. సో ఇది మనకి సిస్టమ్, ఇది మనకి ఓన్లీ యూజర్కి అర్థమవుతుంది, మరి సిస్టమ్కి అర్థం కాదు కదా. సిస్టంలో ఎలా టైప్ చేస్తారు, అదేం చేస్తుంది అంటే వెరీ సింపుల్. దిస్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ వి విల్ టైప్ ఇన్ సి కంపైలర్. దిస్ ఈజ్ యూజర్ అండర్స్టాండబుల్ లాంగ్వేజ్. సో we can convert this user understandable language into mission understandable language. అంటే ఇది మనకు అర్థమయ్యే భాష ఈ సి లాంగ్వేజ్. ఈ లాంగ్వేజ్, ఈ సి భాషను మనం ఏం చేస్తామంటే మిషన్ లెవెల్లో కన్వర్ట్ చేస్తాం. వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు కన్వర్ట్ high level language or user understandable language into mission understandable language or mission language. That conversion is called compiler. Compilation or compiler. So you try to understand what is the definition for compilation or compiler. The conversion of high level language into మిషన్ లెవెల్ లాంగ్వేజ్ మీన్స్ యూజర్ అండర్స్టాండబుల్ లాంగ్వేజ్ నుంచి మిషన్ అర్థం చేసుకునే భాషను మార్చడాన్ని ఏమంటారంటే కంపైలేషన్ ఆర్ కంపైలర్ అంటారు. ఓకే, సో యూ ట్రై టు అండర్స్టాండ్ 2 points హియర్ ఇన్ హై లెవెల్ లాంగ్వేజ్. హై లెవెల్ లాంగ్వేజ్ is a language which is understood by the user, that is not mission understandable language. So we can convert high level language into mission level language. That conversion is called compilation. Like that. Second one also user understandable language. This is also you don't know x, what is bx, what is add ax bx, but we can understand. ఇది మొత్తం ఇంగ్లీష్ లోనే ఉంది, నంబర్స్ ఉన్నాయి, మనకు అర్థమవుతుంది. సో దిస్ ఈస్ ఆల్సో కాల్డ్ యూజర్ అండర్స్టాండబుల్ లాంగ్వేజ్. సో we can convert. This is called symbolic language or assembly level language. So this language we are going to convert into mission level language. That conversion is called assembler. So you try to understand 2 points here. What is compiler, what is assembler? Compiler means the conversion of high level language into mission level language. That is called compiler. The conversion of symbolic language or assembly level language into mission level language is called assembler. Any doubts up to here? Any doubt? Any doubt up to here? Just raise your hand. I will clarify your doubt.
I think G. Lokesh is having some doubt.
Just unmute, sir, that person. Initially, I will teach very small topics in lower level. After understanding what is the structure of program and how to write a program, then I will teach in depth. So basic knowledge is required in C language. So tomorrow and today I will teach only basics. If you understand the basic, then you can understand the program, how to write a program. Otherwise you can't understand.
Miss Divya, you can just ask your question. Unmute your mic.
Divya, please ask your
Sir,
question.
sir, what's the use of all these languages, sir? Sir, are
First
you
of all,
listening?
language we will use for communication. Any language we will use for communication.
Is this
So-
basics of software?
What? Pardon?
Is this a basics of software
Yes,
engineering?
this is basic software. This is basic programming.
What do you
If you want to write any program, you have to understand basic programming knowledge by using C language.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, can I hack by using computer language?
Hacking and all we will discuss later, Babu. First, you try to understand the programming. Puneet sir, are you hearing me?
Yes, sir.
Right. Then continuation. So there are three types of languages we are already discussed. Next topic. So you try to understand basic programming knowledge. After that, how to hack and all we will discuss later. Then listen, this part is very important. Structure of C program. So if you want to write any program in any language, there is a structure. Again, if you want to write any program in any language, suppose if you want to write C program, there will be a structure. If you want to write C++ program, there is a structure. Java program, there is a structure. Python program, there is a structure. Like that, if you want to write C program, there is a structure. మీరు ఏ ప్రోగ్రామ్ రాయాలనుకున్నా ఏ లాంగ్వేజ్ లో రాయాలనుకున్నా ఫస్ట్ దానికి ఒక స్ట్రక్చర్ ఉంటుంది. స్ట్రక్చర్ మీన్స్ స్టెప్ బై స్టెప్ ప్రాసెస్. ఆ ప్రాసెస్ లో ఆ వేలో రాయాలి. ఓకే, ఫస్ట్ వన్ యూ ట్రై టు అండర్స్టాండ్ టుడే వాట్ ఈస్ ద స్ట్రక్చర్ ఆఫ్ సి ప్రోగ్రామ్ అండ్ ఐ విల్ టెల్ యూ బేసిక్ సి ప్రోగ్రామ్ టుడే అండ్ ఐ విల్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ basic C program today. Okay, listen all of you. So structure of C program contain different sections or different parts. Okay, first one is called please don't disturb screen, please don't disturb. Description. Second one, global declaration. Third one, header files. Fourth one, main function. Last one, sub functions. This is the structure of the C program. This is very important. If you want to write any program, you should follow these 5 steps. These 5 steps. Okay. So topic name is structure of C program. Structure of C program. First step starts with the description of the program. So if you want to write any program, we will start with the description. Description. Description can be first of all, what is a description? Description means our program name or your name, your college name, anything. Description is under anything about our program, So suppose I want to write addition of two numbers program. I'm going to write addition of two numbers program. I want to first use description first. Description. How to write description means by using commented lines. Commented lines. By using commented lines, we should write the description. We should write the description. There are two types of commented lines, two types. First one is called single line comments. Single line comments. Okay. Second one is called multiple line comments. Multiple line comments. Single line comments. Second one is called multiple line comments. So first of all, how to represent single line comments means slash slash, two times slash slash dially. That is called single line comments representation. Single line comments representation. Second one is called multiple line comments representation. I will tell you one example also. Just listen. So how to represent multiple line comments means slash followed by star. You can write multiple lines. We can write number of lines. Number of lines. You can write number of lines. At the end, you should close again star followed by slash. This is called representation of multiple line. This is called representation of single line. Again, description can be represented as by using commented lines. Commented lines are two types, single line comments. Second one is called multiple line comment. For example, I will tell you one example for both. Now I'm going to use how to represent single line comments. Single line comments. Okay. Now first of all, I'm going to write addition of two numbers program. Program name is addition of two numbers program. Okay. So after opening the C software or Turbo C or C compiler, we'll start with the description, that is slash slash. I'm going to write my program. What is my program? Addition of two numbers. I will write here addition of two numbers. Addition of two numbers. Okay. I want to write my name also. Suppose I want to write college name. Suppose I want to write college name, that is Sridatta. Institution. Okay. I want to write my branch, suppose slash slash CSC. Okay. I want to write my college code also, slash slash SDES E4 slash slash SDGA 9B, like this. So if you want to write one line, suppose I want to write only addition of two numbers, I will use only one time. If you want to write one more comment, you should use again single comments. Again, if you want to write third line, again single comment. Again, fourth line, comment. Again, next line, comment, like that. This is representation of single line comments. Okay. Same program, I want to use multiple line comments. Same description, I want to use multiple line. How to write? Very simple. Just I will modify here only. I will start slash star. No need to write again here. At the end, you should close multiple line comments by using star and slash. This is called representation of multiple line comments. Multiple line comments. Okay. So first our structure of C program. First step is description. Description is nothing but our program introduction that should be represented in commented lines. By use commented lines are two types: single line comment. How to represent single line comment? By using slash slash. ఒక లైన్ రాయాలనుకోండి స్లాష్ స్లాష్ అని రాయాలండి. సెకండ్ లైన్ రాయాలంటే మళ్ళీ స్లాష్ స్లాష్ అని రాయాలి. Suppose if you want to use multiple line comments, we will use slash followed by star, number of lines followed by star followed by slash. This is the representation of single line and multiple line comments. I think clear all of you. Right. Next. So first one is clear. Second one, global declaration section. Global declaration section. In general, I will tell you, not required programming knowledge also. By using this program, you can understand what is local declaration, what is global declaration. Just listen. Maybe you don't know this program, but you try to understand. Suppose I will write void main block started integer a equal to 10 comma or followed by semicolon, integer b equal to 20 followed by semicolon, integer c equal to 30. What is integer, what is a, what is b, why I am putting semicolon, I will tell you later. ఈ మీరు ప్రోగ్రామ్ రాసేటప్పుడు ఈక్వల్ టు కానీ సెమీకాలన్ కానీ బ్రాకెట్ కానీ డాట్ ఎందుకు పెట్టాలో ప్రతిదీ నేను ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తాను. బట్ ఇనీషియల్ గా ఇన్ డెప్త్ గా చెప్పడం కష్టం. ఇనీషియల్ గా నేను ఏం చెప్తున్నానో అది అర్థం చేసుకోండి. ఆఫ్టర్ 2-3 days you can understand complete program, how to write addition of two numbers like that. Initially you can't understand, but try to listen, that's it. So here I'm going to write integer, suppose d equal to 40 followed by semicolon. So you observe this part only. You observe this part, highlighted part only. This is entire one program. Assume this is an highlighted part is entire your program. So here void main block started block close. Block started, this is called compound block started, compound block close. So this is main function body. This part is called main function body. This part is called main function body. This entire part is called main function body. So here main function body contains 3 values. You try to understand only values, not variables. Values are 10, 20, 30. 10, 20, 30. All main body contain only 3 values, that is called 10, 20, 30. So this is called starting point of the main function. This is called ending point of the main function. Starting point and ending point. The starting point, ending point lo unnadi local data antaru. Within the function, this is starting point, this is ending point. This is function body. Within the body, whatever the data, whatever the values we are declared, those data or values are called local data. Local data. So here, how many local data we have? 3 local data. That is A, B, C. That is called 10, 20, 30. Okay, like that. Outside of the body, outside of the function, whatever the data is called, that is called global data. Global data. Okay, so what is our topic name? Structure of C program. Structure of C program contain how many sections? 5 sections. First one is description. Second one is global declaration. Header file, main function, subfunction. What is first one? Description. Description means what? About our program. How to represent our program by using commented lines. How many types of commented lines are there? 2 types. What is first one? single line comment. What is second one? Multiple line comments. How to represent single line comment? By using slash slash. How to represent multiple line comment? By using slash, star, number of lines, star followed by slash. This one is example. Over. What is second one? Second one is global declaration section. What is global declaration? First of all, you try to understand what is local. The values which are declared inside the function is called local variables or local data. That initialization is called local initialization. Okay, the values which are declared outside of the function. So I declared it, I initialized d value 40 at outside of the function. d value 40 ఉంది కదండి ఇక్కడ. ఈ 40 అనేది నేను లోపల రాశాను అనుకోండి. మెయిన్ ఈ బ్రాకెట్ ఓపెన్ చేసి క్లోజ్ చేసి లోపల రాస్తే దాన్ని ఏమంటారంటే లోకల్ వాల్యూ ఆర్ లోకల్ డిక్లరేషన్ ఆర్ లోకల్ ఇనిషియలైజేషన్ అంటారు. అలా కాకుండా ఇది మొత్తం ఒక ప్రోగ్రామ్ అనుకున్నాం మనం. ఈ ప్రోగ్రామ్ లోపల రాయకుండా ఈ బ్రాకెట్స్ ఓపెన్ బ్రాకెట్స్ క్లోజ్ కాకుండా బయట రాస్తే ఏమవుతుందంటే దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ గ్లోబల్ డిక్లరేషన్. ద వేరియబుల్స్ విచ్ ఆర్ డిక్లేర్డ్ ఇన్సైడ్ ద ఫంక్షన్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ లోకల్ డేటా. ద వేరియబుల్స్ విచ్ ఆర్ డిక్లేర్డ్ outside of the data is called global declaration or global initialization or global data. I think up to here all of you clear. Two sections over, that is description, second one is global declaration. I think no doubts up to here. If you have any doubts, just raise. If you have any doubts, just raise. Puneet sir?
Yes, sir.
Are you getting?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Right now, we don't have any hands raised, sir.
Okay. Last 15 minutes session also we will give the
Yeah. Now Chaitanya is asking for any doubt.
Chaitanya. I will, okay, I will. I think Abhiram.
Chaitanya, you can unmute your mic and ask the question.
Abhiram, you tell me. Do you have any
Sorry,
doubt?
sir. It was unfortunately.
Okay, okay. Are you understood?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Very good.
Right, sir. We can further move.
Okay, I will continue. So two sections completed. Third one is header files. This is very important. Third section is very important. That is called header files. ఈ 5 పాయింట్స్ మీకు అర్థమైతేనే ప్రోగ్రామ్ రాయటం అర్థమవుతుంది. సో జాగ్రత్తగా వినండి. మీకు ఏదైనా డౌట్ ఉంటే హ్యాండ్ రైజ్ చేయండి, సార్ అన్మ్యూట్ చేస్తాడు, డౌట్ అడగచ్చు. అదర్వైజ్ ఆఫ్టర్ కంప్లీషన్ ఆఫ్ దీస్ 5 sections, I will give you the time for doubts clarification. Now listen, third one is header files. So first of all, any header file always starts with a symbol that is called hash. This is one of the rule in C language. This is one of the syntax in C language. You understand a word that is called syntax. Syntax is nothing but rules and regulations. So if you want to write any header file in C programming, in C language, there are so many header files are there. If you want to write any header file, you start with a symbol that is called hash. Okay. Then followed by, I will tell you one of the example for a header file. Hash include stdio io.h. I will explain along with the example. Otherwise, నేను ఏదో రాస్తే మీకు ఏం అర్థం కాదు. వినండి. So this is first header file. First, if you want to write any C program, we will start with a header file that is called #include stdio.h. So you try to understand why I am writing #include stdio.h. Very simple. Any C header files always starts with a symbol that is hash followed by include. Include means I'm going to include. What I'm going to include means here std means standard. Std means meaning ఏంటంటే standard. I means input. O means output. Again std means standard. I means input. O means output. H means header file. #include stdio.h. Then you know that what is std standard. What is I means input. O means output. H means header file. Why we are writing #include stdio.h in our program? ఎందుకు రాయాలి అసలు ఆ లైన్ ఎందుకు రాయాలి suppose if you want to use standard input output functions, if you want to use standard input output function in your program, then we will write a header file that is called #include stdio.h. #include stdio.h. First of all, you try to understand what are the standard input output functions. నేను చెప్పాను మీ ప్రోగ్రామ్ లో ఇన్పుట్ ఫంక్షన్ కానీ అవుట్పుట్ ఫంక్షన్ కానీ మీరు యూజ్ చేసుకునే పని అయితే ఈ #include stdio.h రాయాలి. If you want to use standard input output functions, we will use a header file. We will write a header file that is called #include stdio.h. ఎక్కడ రాయాలి? ఇక్కడ చూడండి మనకు ఆర్డర్ ఎలా ఉంది. డిస్క్రిప్షన్, గ్లోబల్ డిక్లరేషన్ ఫాలోడ్ బై హెడర్ ఫైల్. సో అక్కడ రాయాలి. థర్డ్ లైన్ లో హెడర్ ఫైల్ ఉండాలి. So what are the standard input output functions? I will tell you only 1 or 2 examples initially. Remaining I will discuss you later. First of all, what is output function? Output ante data తీసుకునేదా data ఇచ్చేదండి. Output ante display చేసేది. Output means display function. So if you suppose I want to write a program that is to display welcome. Display means what? Output function or input function? That is called output function. So if you want to use output function in your C program, we will use a header file that is called #include stdio.h. #include stdio.h. What is output function means? Very simple. Printf. Printf is a output function. I will tell you how to write printf, what are the rules and regulations, how to execute printf. I will tell you later. Initially, you try to understand what is header file, what is output function, what is input function. That's it. Remaining all we will discuss upcoming sessions. Okay. So here our section name is header file. Header file always starts with a symbol that is called hash, followed by include, followed by immediately this symbol is called less than symbol, followed by std, followed by dot, followed by h, followed by greater than symbol. దీన్ని ఇలానే రాయాలి బాబు. You should write this statement like this only. That is one of the rule in C language. Rule is nothing but syntax. Again, #include, we are going to include #include, we are going to include what we are going to include. Standard. Std means standard. I means input. O means output. We are going to include standard input output functions. From where? From header file h. What are the standard in output function means? Printf. What is the standard input function means? That is called scanf. How to use scanf and printf I will tell you later. but you try to understand what are the input and output function. That's it. I think up to here, all of you clear? Very good. Today, 189 participants are joined. So don't miss every session, every day, every hour, every minute is very important. So every point is very important. So if you basically you want to know Java programming, Python programming, C++ programming, like that. But if you want to learn any programming, you have to understand basic knowledge in programming, how to know, how to learn by using C program. Without C program, we can't get the knowledge on the remaining languages. So I will tell you in your level only, all are +2 levels, I know that. So I will teach your level only. If you have any doubts, ask me after the completion of this session. I already given my number also. If you want my number again, if you want, note down 88010 999 Again, I'm repeating 880 88010 88010 999 00. Already schedule given here, July 15 to July 30. These are the timings. These are the registration ID. This is our college information. Next, continuation. So header file section is over. Header file, again, I'm again telling you, header file always starts with a symbol that is called a hash, followed by include, less than symbol, stdio.h, followed by greater than symbol. Here, std means standard, I means input, o means output, followed by dot, followed by h means header file. Output function is printf. అంటే మీరు ఏదైనా ప్రింట్ చేయాలనుకోండి, అవుట్పుట్ ఫంక్షన్ యూజ్ చేయాలి. అవుట్పుట్ ఫంక్షన్ ఏమంటారంటే printf. If you want to print any data on your console or monitor by using C language, we will use a predefined function that is called printf. Then input function, that is scanf. So printf, scanf, we will discuss in detail upcoming sessions. Next, continuation, 3 sections completed. 3 sections completed. Okay. 4th one, main function. Main function. First of all, what is a function? What is function? Function is nothing but a collection of statements or group of statements. Any function contain header and body. మనం ఒక ఫంక్షన్ రాయాలి అంటే దాని హెడర్ ఉండాలి, బాడీ ఉండాలి. Any function contain header and body. So first I will start basic small example, small program. Try to understand. This is one program. I'm going to write one program, // simple program. Simple program. Then // institutions. Next, // today date 16th. Okay. What is this? You tell me. I'm going to write a program. What is first part? I told first part, that is called description. Okay. So description contain anything, but it should be commented lines. You can use simple single line comments. or you can use multiple line comments. This is called single line. I'm using single line comments. Okay. After that, I'm going to write integer a equal to 10, followed by void main, bracket open, bracket close, block started, integer, suppose b equal to 20, followed by semicolon, then followed by bracket close. This is entire your program. This part entire your program. ఏదైతే నేను హైలైట్ చేశానో అది మీ ప్రోగ్రామ్ అండి ఇప్పుడు. ఓకే, you know that what is first line? First line description. What is second line? Second line also called description. Why? We are used in comment lines, single line comments. Okay, what is third line? Third line also commented lines, that is called description. First 3 lines we can write n number of lines, not a problem. We can use single line comments or we can use multiple line comments. We can write n number of lines, not a problem. Okay, after that, what is this? What is fourth line? Already discussed the values which are declared outside of the function, that is called global. The values which are declared inside of the function, that is called local. So this int, you don't know what is int. You don't bother about what is int equal to 10 and all. Okay, just listen. What is the meaning of that statement? You can understand. That's it. So the meaning of the statement is global declaration. I told the values which are declared outside of the function. The block open and highlight just now. The block opened, this block closed. Okay, block compound statement, compound block open, compound block close. ఈ బ్లాక్ లో ఏది రాసినా దాన్ని ఏమంటారంటే లోకల్ డేటా, బయట రాస్తే గ్లోబల్ డేటా. అదే అర్థం చేసుకోండి. ఓకే, నౌ సో దిస్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ గ్లోబల్ వాల్యూ. సో బై డిఫాల్ట్ యూ నో దట్ దిస్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ లోకల్ వాల్యూ, లోకల్ డేటా, లోకల్ డిక్లరేషన్. The values which are declared outside of the function is called global data. The values which are declared inside of the function, that is called local values, local data, local declaration. So ఇక్కడ ఒక్కసారి అబ్జర్వ్ చేయండి. ఫస్ట్ లైన్, దిస్ ఇస్ సెకండ్ లైన్, థర్డ్ లైన్, ఫోర్త్ లైన్. You know each and every line. You know each and every line. Okay, you don't know fifth line. You don't know fifth line. Okay, so I will tell you what is fifth line. Then you don't know this is also one line. You don't know sixth line. I will tell you. Okay, then you know seventh line. Yes, this is global, local. You know that. Then last one, brackets close. You don't know this line also. So entire this picture, entire this program, you have to understand only 3. You have to know only 3. That is void main line, that is fifth line, sixth line, and eighth line. Okay, now I will tell you. Listen. First of all, what is void? First of all, what is this entire line? This entire line. This entire line is called function header. This entire line is called function header. So from here to here, brackets open, bracket close. Within the bracket we can write n number of lines. ఇక్కడ integer b equal to 20 అని ఒకే లైన్ రాశాను, but we can write n number of lines. Not a problem. Okay, ఇప్పుడు ఏదైతే బ్లూలో హైలైట్ చేశానో that is called function body. This entire part, highlighted part in blue, that is called function body. This is called function header. So any function contain, you try to understand, any function contain 2 parts, that is called function header. First one, second one is called function body. Here FP means not Facebook, function body. FH means function header. Okay. So here void main, that is called function header. You try to understand first of all what is function header. After that I will tell you function body. After that I will execute one program, then I will close the session. Listen. So first one is called function header. FH means function header. Function. After completion of this topic or this class or this session, immediately I will post complete notes on your WhatsApp group. Don't worry. నేను ఏదైతే మీ క్లాస్ చెప్తున్నానో ఆ ఎంటైర్ టాపిక్ ఈచ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీ పాయింట్ ఐ విల్ షేర్ ఏ నోట్స్. ఓకే, ఆల్రెడీ మీరు అందరు గ్రూప్ లో జాయిన్ అయి ఉన్నారు. ఐ విల్ షేర్, నాట్ ఏ ప్రాబ్లం. ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ. దెన్ ఫంక్షన్ హెడర్. This I said this is function header. First of all, function header contain three parts. Function header contain three parts. First one is called that is called return type. This is first one. Second one is called function name. First one is called return type. Second one is called function name. Here, what is return type means void. What is function name means main. Void is a return type. Function name is a main. Then within brackets, in general, we can write arguments also. Arguments. What is arguments means? In general, arguments is nothing but a values. Integer a equal to 10 ఇక్కడ రాయొచ్చండి. ఇంటీజర్ b ఈక్వల్ టు 20 అని కూడా ఇక్కడ రాయొచ్చు. వాటిని రాస్తే ఏమంటారంటే within the main function header, whatever the data we are writing, those data are called arguments or formal arguments. We can call formal arguments also. Formal arguments or arguments. Okay, next. So you try to understand. Function header contain three parts, that is called return type, function name. I will explain along with the example also. Just listen first. First one is called return type. Second one is called function name. Third one is called formal arguments. In functions concepts, we will use formal arguments. Initially, it's not required also. I will tell you later. Next. Function body. I told entire highlighted blue part is called function body. This part is called function body. Function body contain in general local declarations and local statements. అంటే ఈ లోపల ఏది రాసినా సరే బ్రాకెట్ ఓపెన్ బ్రాకెట్ క్లోజ్, ఈ బ్రాకెట్ ఓపెన్ చేసి బ్రాకెట్ విత్ ఇన్ ద బ్రాకెట్స్ వాట్ ఎవర్ ద డేటా we will write, those data are called local data. Those statements are called local statements. Local ఏది రాసినా సరే local data, local statements అంటారు. So function body contain what? Local declarations and local statements. Now I will tell you the example. Just listen. This is very, very important. First of all, if you want to write a program, I told we will start with header file hash include stdio.h. Then I will write void main, then block started, then block close. Initially I will write here simple program followed by, you know, that header file. I can write here integer a equal to 10. Then I will write here integer x equal to 900. followed by semicolon. Why we are putting semicolon, everything we will discuss later, but you try to understand how to write a program. Rules and regulations I will tell you later. So here, you know that first line is called description. This is called also known as documentation. Documentation means description. How to write description means by using commented lines about our program we can write. Second one is, you know, that is called header file. Puneet sir, are you getting my voice?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right, sir. Thank you. Second line is called header file. Third one, you know, global declaration section. Now you should write this statement as function body. This is function body. I told function body contain 3 parts. First one is called return type. Second one is called function name. Then I'm not written any arguments here. In general, we can write, not a problem. Suppose if I write integer, suppose s equal to 90. This is called formal arguments. This is called formal argument, but I don't want to use now. Function header contain, first one is called return type, second one is called function name, followed by arguments. Then first of all, what is void? In C language there are 32 keywords are there. First of all, what is keyword? Keyword is nothing but a reserved word. So there are 32 keywords are there. If you know the 32 keywords uses, then you are the master in C language. If you know the 32 keywords uses, how to use 32 keywords, ఈ 32 keywords ఎలా యూజ్ చేయాలో తెలిస్తే ఆటోమేటిక్ గా మీ సి లాంగ్వేజ్ 100% వచ్చినట్టు. ఓకే, సో ఫస్ట్ కీవర్డ్ ఈస్ వాయిడ్. సో ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్, ఎందుకు ఈ ప్రోగ్రామ్ లో ఫస్ట్ మనకి వాయిడ్ వచ్చింది కాబట్టి వాయిడ్ గురించి డిస్కస్ చేస్తున్నాం. వాయిడ్ ఈస్ ఏ కీవర్డ్. ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్, వాయిడ్ ఈస్ ఏ కీవర్డ్. So keyword means what? Reserved word. How many keywords are there? 32 keywords are there in C language. Okay, based on language, keywords are different. In C language 32, C++ 34, Java some more, like that. Okay, so void is a keyword. In general, I told every function header contain 3 parts. You listen here. I will copy here. Just see. First one is what? Return type. Here, what is return type? Void. What is void? Void is a keyword. What is a keyword? Keyword means reserved word. How many keywords are there in C language? 32. You try to understand like that. Void is a keyword. What is keyword? Keyword means reserved word. How many keywords are there in C language? 32. Now, void means function does not return any value. Just you understand this definition. You remember this definition only. What is void? Why we are using void? 100% you can understand in functions concept. 100% you can understand function concept. But you just remember that definition, that is void is a keyword, also known as return type, means function should not return any value. నార్మల్గా మీరు ఎవరైనా సి లాంగ్వేజ్కి వెళ్తే కోచింగ్కి, ఈ వాయిడ్ రాయిపోతే ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవ్వదు అని చెప్తారు. ఇఫ్ యు నాట్ మెన్షన్ ద వాయిడ్ హియర్, we can't execute the program. If you not mention the get ch, we can't execute the program. In general, in institutions they will teach like that. but you try to understand. Even though we are not mentioned get ch, we can execute the program, not a problem. How to execute the program after compiling and running? What is the use of get ch? No need to write get ch. In general, all institutions will teach without get ch we can't execute the program. That is wrong. Okay. So void is a keyword. Keyword means reserved word. There are 32 keywords are there. First of all, this is a return type. This is a return type. That's it. Then second one, what is main? What is main? So I said return type followed by emundali, followed by immediately function name. What is function name? Main. Main is a function name. Main is a function name. Followed void, followed by a space, followed by function name, followed by left parenthesis, followed by right parenthesis. This word is called, this symbol is called left parenthesis. Left parenthesis. Shift 9 నొక్కితే మీకు వస్తుందండి. Shift 9. This symbol is called right parenthesis. Right parenthesis. So every function name followed by left parenthesis, right parenthesis. It's must. It is the rule in C language. It is the syntax for C language. Syntax is nothing but rules and regulations. Syntax is nothing but rules and regulations. So as entire this part is called function header. Function header contains return type. Return type should be void initially. I'm putting. Then function name is called main. Main is nothing but an identifier. What is identifier? Identifier is nothing but a name. Identifier is nothing but a name. మిమ్మల్ని ఐడెంటిఫై చేయాలనుకోండి, మీకు నార్మల్గా నేమ్ ఉంటుంది, అదర్వైజ్ నంబర్ ఏదన్నా ఉంటుంది, హాల్ టికెట్ నంబర్, లైక్ దట్. సో వాట్ ఈస్ ఐడెంటిఫైర్? ఐడెంటిఫైర్ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ ఏ నేమ్. దట్స్ ఇట్. సో every C program contain only one main function. So I will complete this one. So this is entire part is called function header. This entire part is called function header. Function header contain a return type followed by function name followed by left parenthesis followed by right parenthesis. That's it. Then this is starting point of the main. This is ending point of the main. This is starting point. Main ekkada nunchi start avutundante this one. Starting point of the main. This is ending point of the main. Ending point of the main. Ending point of the main. Within starting and ending, whatever the data is called, that is called, entire part is called body of the function. Body of the function. Which function? Main function. ikkada edi raste adi main function. Okay. So this is the description or brief about main function. Now I will tell you example. Listen all of you. Hash include description. I'm not writing directly. I will start with header file. No need to write also. But you have to know what are the sections we have. If you want to write a C program, what are the different sections we have to understand. Okay, listen. Void main. Puneet sir, are you getting my voice?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Void, suppose SDES, Sridatta Institute of Engineering and Science. Then I will write void SDCI, Sridatta Group of Institutions. Okay, you listen here, you try to understand. So if you see this program, you try to understand first of all how many functions are there. First I told na What is function? Every function contain function header and function body. Function header undi function body. Suppose the function body name rasuna. Integer a equal to, suppose I will write 5. Integer b equal to, suppose 7. Then integer suppose c equal to 9. Now you understand. This is entire your program. This is entire your program. This program contain, just wait. This program contain how many functions? How many functions? I told any function contain function header and function body. So this is function header. This is function header. This is function body. Okay. So this is one function. Then again, this is function header. This is function body. This is second function. Third one. This is function header. This one is function body. So finally you try to understand this entire program contain 3 functions. 3 functions. What are the function names? Function name is, first one is main. Second one is SDES. Third one is SDGI. There are 3 different types of functions: main function, SDES function, SDGA function. Why I am writing this program? Very simple. You have to understand how to write a function. That's it. If you want to write any function, suppose I want to write a function that name is CSC. How to write? Very simple. Void. You should write a function name that is CSC, brackets open, bracket close. That is called left parenthesis and right parenthesis. Brackets open and bracket close. Within bracket we can write. Within bracket we can write. Suppose I will write integer d equal to 11. Integer d equal to 11. So this is the way to write a function. If you want to write any function, you start with function header. This is called function header. After completion of function header, open braces, any data, then closed braces. That's it. Okay. Then, so finally this program contain how many functions? You can understand this program contain 4 functions. What are they? Main function, SDES function, that is called function name, SDGI function, then CSC. How many? Total 4. Okay. Now, very important point. If you want to write in, you try to understand, this is called main function. All these functions are called subfunctions. What are they? SDES, SDGA, CSC are called subfunctions. So any C program contain only one main function and n number of subfunction. అంటే void main అని ఒకటే రాయాలండి. మెయిన్ అనే నేమ్ తో ఒకటే ఉండాలి ఫంక్షన్. n number of subfunctions ఉండొచ్చు. Suppose if you want to write again void main block started block close. Suppose I will write integer. You don't know what is integer, what is e. You don't worry, I will tell you later. But what is function header, what is function body, you try to understand. Integer e equal to, suppose I will write 57. Is this correct? Is this correct? No, it is wrong. Any C program contain only one main function and n number of subfunction. We can write n number of subfunction, but main అనే నేమ్ తో ఎన్ని ఉండాలంటే ఒకటే ఉండాలి, ఒకటే రాయాలి. Okay, so this is wrong. Clear all of you? I think clear all of you. So void is a return type. Main is a function name here. Void is a return type here. SDES is a function name, SDGA is a function name, CSC is a function name. You try to understand what is integer a equal to 5. Yes, local data, local value. The function local only, local value, local. SDES lo emundi b equal to 7. B equal to 7 is a local. Local for whom? SDES. C equal to 9. It is also local. For whom? SDGA. Like that. Okay. So this is main function and a sub function. Main function and sub function. That's all. So now I will execute the program, one sample program. Okay, very good. 151 students are still continuing. I think you are all are interested students. Definitely you can learn C language within 10 days. I will provide the notes also. Okay. Now I'm going to execute one program. Just wait. Punesh sir, is it visible to you?
Yes, sir. It's visible, sir.
Turbo C is visible.
Yes, sir. Screen is visible.
Okay, thank you.
Guys, especially Bharat and Priyanka, Miss Priyanka, they're asking questions. They're raising their hands. So your queries will be cured. Sorry, it will be definitely being answered at the end of the session. Thank you.
So how to open a software, how to compile and how to run and how to execute, how to check your output, I will tell you later. But initially, I will, today is second class. You know the how to write a program means what is the structure of C program. So based on that, I'm going to write. Okay. You know that this is called single line comments. I'm requesting the participants don't disturb my screen because of 150 students are listening my class. Okay, if you disturb this like that, no, what is the meaning? You tell me. So simple C program. Simple C program. Then I will start hash include stdio.h. You know that what is stdio.h, what is void, what is main. You know that block started, block close. Up to here, we have only 4 lines, I think 5 lines. First one is a description, second one is header file, third one is function header, Next, block started, block close. Okay. So now I'm going to use output function. You know that what is output function? I told there are standard input output functions. Input function means scanf. Output function is printf. Okay. Now I will use output function, that is printf. Printf. Now I'm going to print suppose welcome. Welcome. Okay. Now, first of all, I started with languages. I told there are 3 types of languages. First one is high level. Second one is assembly level or symbolic level. Third one is mission level. So this program is high level language program, means user understandable language program. సో ఇది మొత్తం మనకు అర్థమవుతుంది. అంటే ఇప్పుడు వరకు హ్యాష్ ఎందుకు రాయాలి, ఇంక్లూడ్ ఎందుకు రాయాలి, stdio.h రాయాలి ఎందుకు రాయాలి, ఇవన్నీ చెప్పాను కాబట్టి మీకు అర్థమవుతుంది. ఆల్సో ఇట్ ఈస్ లైక్ ఇంగ్లీష్ స్టేట్మెంట్స్, ఇంగ్లీష్లోనే ఉంది, మనకు అర్థం కాని భాషలో అయితే ఏం లేదు. ఇట్ ఈస్ లైక్ ఇంగ్లీష్ స్టేట్మెంట్. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ యూజర్ అండర్స్టాండబుల్ ప్రోగ్రామ్, మనకు అర్థమయ్యే భాష ఇది. సో ఈ కంప్యూటర్లో మనం టైప్ చేసాం. వీఆర్ యూజ్డ్ ఇన్ టర్బో C software or any compiler, and we are going to convert this program, user understandable program, into mission understandable program. That conversion is called, I told, compiler. You see here, compiler is option is available, compiler. Otherwise, press Alt F9. Alt F9. See here, compiling. Puneet sir, are you getting compiling?
Yes, sir. Visible.
Very good. Okay, thank you. So compiling, what is compiling? Conversion of high level language into mission level language. ఇప్పుడు ఏం జరిగింది, ఇది మనకు మొత్తం అర్థమవుతుంది, ఈ లాంగ్వేజ్ మొత్తం మనకు అర్థమవుతుంది. మిషన్ కి ఎలా అర్థం అవ్వాలో దాని భాషలో మార్చేసుకుంది. ఈ లాంగ్వేజ్ మొత్తం మనం #/ simple C program #include stdio.h void main, everything is translated into mission understandable language. Okay, this is called compilation. After compilation, what is the output for this program? Within the printf, I did not discuss about printf, what is printf, but I will tell you what is printf tomorrow. But within printf, whatever the data is there, that will be your output. Okay, within printf, what is there? Welcome. So output will be the welcome. So how to compile? Alt F9. Alt F9 means what? Compiling. What is compiling? Conversion of high level language into mission level language. Next, execute the program. How to execute? Control F9, or there is an option here, run option undi kada ikkada. Otherwise మీ కీబోర్డ్ లో కంట్రోల్ F9 ఉంటుంది. కంట్రోల్ F9. ఎస్, ఓవర్, జస్ట్ బ్లింక్ అయి వెళ్ళిపోయిందండి. సో ఎగ్జిక్యూటెడ్. హౌ టు చెక్ యువర్ అవుట్పుట్ మీన్స్ just press Alt F5. So output is welcome. Sir, it is displaying na?
Yes, sir.
That's it. So if you want to write any program, first you use a Turbo C or C++, type your program, after that save your program, after that compile your program, after that run your program. In detail, I will discuss you tomorrow. Okay, suppose I want output. CSC also. CSC. Okay. So Alt F9, same procedure. Alt F9 compiling, Control F9 running. Then you can check output Alt F5. Welcome is printed 2 times now. I will tell you why it is printed 2 times. But you see the output welcome CSC. Okay. So what is here? Output is welcome CSC. Actually, first welcome is previous program output. I want only this program output. You can write here CLR SCR. In detail, I will discuss tomorrow. Okay. Now I will write here one more line, one more statement also, printf. Okay. Compiling the program, one error. So you know that if you want to write printf, we will use a header file that is hash include stdio.h. Like that, CLR SCR is a clear screen. That function is available at hash include conio.h. I will tell you later. I will discuss tomorrow, but you try to understand. So Control F9, Alt F9, then see the output, Alt F5. Welcome CSC Sridatta. Welcome CSC Sridatta. That's it. Okay. So initially one more welcome is there now, that is removed after writing CLR SCR. CLR SCR means clear screen. Previous program output is removed. Okay. Suppose I am going to remove the CLR SCR. I am going to remove CLR SCR. I will write one more statement here. Printf CS, suppose ECE. I will write ECE. Now tell me what is the output for this program. Previous output program also displayed. Now current program output also displayed. So what is the output? Welcome CSC Sridatta, and again welcome CSC Sridatta ECE. That's it. See here. Okay, that's it. Any doubt up to here? I think no doubts. Okay. That is just wait, sir, 1 minute. Now ask me if you have any doubt, ask me. Then we are going to note your names also based on your participation and all. We will give you the certificates. Okay. Puneet sir,
Yes, sir.
if possible, you just identify the names, take screenshots.
Oh, okay, sir. Right, sir.
If you want to log in, you should log in with your name. Don't write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Otherwise, we can't provide any certificates, any notes, any material later.
Me, sir? Excuse me, sir.
Just 1 second, sir. 1 second.
Hello, sir.
1 second, please. Just raise your hand. Based on that, I will unmute yours, and I will unmute. First of all of you mute, because of a lot of disturbance will come. You try to understand. Okay. First, I will unmute Mr. Bharat. Bharat, tell me.
Hi, sir. Good afternoon.
Very good. Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. You, sir.
Good. Thank you.
Sir, you said C is a basic programming language, sir.
Yes.
But it is compulsory to know for learning other programming languages, sir.
If we want to learn other